Sending troops to Hong Kong is not the way out, and we strongly aware it's a must for the government to stop the violence and let us enjoy back our fundamental right to elect the government. How Hong Kong police attempt to murder Hong Kong people. More than 4,000 canisters of tear gas were fired, and more than 3,000 citizens were arrested. The youngest arrested person is just at the age of 12, which just proved that how they crack down on human rights with police brutality. For the pro-Beijing camp, they just recognize the importance of stability and prosperity under the hardline approach of President Xi. But all we know that safeguard political and economic freedom is extremely important. And that's the reason for us urge Beijing to realize that we still need general universal suffrage. How they imply political censorship, bar me to run for office, which just proved that how they refuse to let the voice of dissident and youngster enter the institution. But no matter they lock me up in prison, censor me out from the ballot, they still can't erode my spirit to fight for freedom and democracy. The election on November will be the de facto referendum to show our discontent to Beijing. Vandalism is not targeted people randomly. It targeted the red capital and the transportation just serving the interests of Beijing. And even people might have different concern on criticism on vandalism. But I think force used by protester is having the intention of self-defense, especially when how those red capital business shop send out pro-Beijing troops, pro-Beijing gangster or mobs to randomly attack people just have to react with force. But I just hope people could realize that how we continue with our solidarity and unity. And the fundamental problem is the government of Hong Kong never elected by us. The violence is triggered by police force. If police force continue to attempt to murder Hong Kong people with tear gas, beanbag rounds, bullet, or etc., it will just trigger more and more people dissatisfaction. Sending troops to Hong Kong is not the way out, and we strongly aware it's a must for the government to stop the violence and let us enjoy back our fundamental right to elect the government. We may have different concern or point of view on the behavior of protester, and it's hard to expect that everyone agree on all the behaviors of all the protesters when 2 million people took to the street on the same day, which is 25% of the population in Hong Kong. But all we know that instead of blaming on activists or protesters, the fundamental real problem or the root cause is government refuses to listen to people's voice. So when the administration still continue the hardline suppression, it will just trigger our solidarity to urge government withdraw the bill and give us back the right to have free election. I believe the government must listen to our voice, and they should not only serving the interests of the pro-Beijing red capital or upper-class elites. So we still continue our fight. They have already answered one of our demands, which means fully withdraw the extradition bill. So in the upcoming months, we will try our best to urge the government listen to our voice. I think how people mobilize their peers by social media break through the traditional media, which just imply that even traditional media is mainly dominated by pro-Beijing camp. We still keep our spirit and determination. It will just mobilize more people to the street. And finally, I believe one day Hong Kong people can enjoy free election and universal suffrage. With the political screening and censorship, and some of the district councillors are appointed by Beijing instead of elected by people, Hong Kong is still far distant from free and direct election. I hope one day we can proud to be Hong Kongers, and no matter how Beijing rule Hong Kong with the hardline approach, we can still maintain our way of living with freedom and democracy.